Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you are doing well. Yesterday we read our story Pip Meets a Convict, page number 14, and today we are going to complete its second part. Before proceeding towards the lesson, I want to give you some short explanation about what we read yesterday about the story. So far in the story we have read about two characters in the story. One character's name is Pip, who is an orphan, and other character's name is Convict, who is a prisoner, who is actually an escaped prisoner. And we read yesterday that Pip was standing and staring at the gravestone of his parents who were died soon after his birth, and there he met another character of the story, a prisoner with a great iron shackles around his legs, and he was a very bad conditioned man, and he started bullying and he started yelling at the boy only to get what he wants. And what we read about so far, what did he want? He wanted a file and some food from the boy, and the response of the boy was very fearful, and he was exactly very frightened from that person. So far we read all that. Now we are going to proceed the next part of their conversation. Let's see what happened next in their conversation. This is page number 16 now. So far we read that he was asking Pip that where his parents were, and when he pointed out to the graves, the prisoner thought that he is pointing out to the alive people, so he get frightened, but actually he was pointing out towards the tombstone. "Oh," said the man, "so who do you live with? If I let you live, which I haven't made up my mind about." You see, he is actually threatening. In these three lines, the writer is telling us that the prisoner is continuously bullying and threatening to the young guy. He said that with whom you are living if I let you live, which I haven't made up my mind about. "My sister, sir, Mrs. Joe Gorgory, wife of Joe Gorgory, the blacksmith, sir." Here he is telling about another character with whom Pip is living. And who is that? Mrs. Joe Gorgory is the sister of Pip, and Joe Gorgory is the blacksmith. Who is blacksmith? Blacksmith is a person who creates tools and objects out of metals, as you know. "Blacksmith? Ah," said he, and looked down at his leg. Where did he look down? At his leg. Where? Here, where the shackles are around his legs. After looking at his leg and me several times, he took me by both arms and tilted me back as far as he could hold me. Then he stared into my eyes. In these lines, what does it indicate? It indicates that he frightened the boy badly. He bullied with boy badly. Why did he do that? We will read next about it. That he tilted him. Tilted mean that he holded him to incline or bend him from vertical position, right? Now, look here. He said, "I need to decide if I will let you live. Do you know what a file is?" "Yes, sir." "And do you know what grub is?" So let me know. Do you know what a file is? File is actually a tool, usually to usually of hardened steel with cutting ridges for forming something smooth, right? What he wanted to do with the file? He wanted to cut his iron shackles. Got it? That is why he wanted a file. Then the second thing which he was asking for was grub. And what is grub? Grub is actually a formal or you can say informal or a slang word for food. He was asking two things. One is file and other was food. Yes, sir. After each question, he tilted me over a little more. This made me feel helpless. I was in danger. He was tilted him again. Why? Because he wanted to make him completely in his, you can say, completely frightened and completely helpless, which he was feeling. And he was feeling the same thing which the prisoner wanted to feel him. What he wanted him to feel? He wanted him to feel that he was in danger, right? You get me a file, he tilted me again, and you get me a grub, he tilted me again. You bring me them both to me, he tilted me again, or I'll have your heart and liver out. He tilted me again. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that a 7-year-old is listening all that? And he was bearing all that stuff. He was tilted him again and again, and he was threatening him that otherwise if he will not obey him, he will take out his heart and liver out. Isn't it a matter of fear? Isn't it a matter of scare? So the boy was rightly feeling himself in danger. I was dreadfully frightened and hoped that he would not drop me. Dreadfully, very badly. I clung to him with both hands. Clung mean hold fastly. To hold fast. He tipped me backwards and rolled me round so that the church seemed to jump over its own weathercock. Underline the word weathercock. Weathercock means you might have seen a device for showing which way the wind is blowing. You might have seen in cartoons maybe, or maybe you have seen in science book that this is a device for showing which way the wind is blowing. Early tomorrow morning, bring that file and grub. You bring the lot to me and that old battery over there. What is the meaning of battery? Underline the word battery. Battery is a fort, the area. If he is telling him the place where he wanted all those things. If you do it and you don't say a word about me, I will let you live. And if you fail or say anything at all about me, then your heart and your liver shall be torn out, roasted and eaten. Now I am not alone. There is a young man hiding with me. In comparison with me, I am an angel. In this whole paragraph, in these lines, what the prisoner is doing, he is threatening him. He is making him more scared. He is telling him that there is another man and he is more dangerous than him. Students, do you think that there would be another man? And do you think that he will take out his heart and his liver and he will roast it and he will eat it all that? Do you think so? It is actually not so. It is actually not so. But he is actually trying to make him frightened, trying to let him do what he wants. Got the point? The prisoner is doing and saying all the stuff. Why? Because he wanted the boy to do all that, to do what he want. And what the prisoner wanted from the boy? He wanted a file and he wanted grub. He wanted a food stuff. Get the next page, which is the last page of this story. Page number 17. The young man can hear us all. Which young man? Another imaginary young man about whom the prisoner is making frightened to the young boy. Got it? That young man has a secret way of getting a boy and at his heart and at his liver. Now he's making more suspense in the story. He said that young man about whom I'm talking about, he has a secret way that he will get the boy's heart and his liver. A boy can't hide himself from that young man. A young man lock his door, may be warm in bed, may tuck himself up, may draw the clothes over his head, may think himself comfortable and safe. But that young man will softly creep his way to him and tear him upon. Underline the word creep. Creep means slowly. In this paragraph, in these lines, he is describing an imaginary young man who is more bad in character and some supernatural in his powers, that he can get the boy's heart and his liver. He can have access to the boy even if he will hide himself in the house or anywhere he will hide. That imaginary man has some supernatural powers that the boy cannot escape from him. Okay? Why the prisoner is telling all that to the boy? Because he wanted to make him more frightened. Okay? Okay. I am keeping that young man from harming you at the present moment with great difficulty. I find it very hard to hold that young man off of your inside. Now what you say? Now the prisoner is explaining that it is myself, it is I who is avoiding you, who is trying to saving you from that young man who is very bad in character. So I was so frightened. Who was so frightened? Now the Pip is telling about his experience at that moment. But I said that I would get him a file and I would get him what broken bits of food I could, and I would come to him at the battery early in the morning. Now Pip is explaining that he was completely agreeing on whatever he was demanding from him. Okay? Promise on your life, said the man. I promised, and he took me down from the top of the tombstone. Now he went on, remember that promise and remember that young man and get home. Who is saying this line? Convict is saying all that. Good night, sir. I stammered. Underline the word stammered. Stammered means to speak with the involuntary breaks and pauses. When you are very confused or very scared about something, you are unable to speak fluently, isn't it? So I stammered. It is going to be a long night for me, said he. He looked at the cold, wet, flat marsh. I wish I was a frog or an eel. Eel is a long snake-like fish. While that Pip was wishing all that I wish I was a frog or an eel, so that I could hide myself from that man. Can you imagine that just a 7 years old boy who is already a very gloomy and very upset because he is not having parents. He is wishing that I wish I could be a frog or I wish I could be an eel so that I could hide myself from the eyes of that convict. Well, he hugged his shuddering body. Underline the word shuddering. Shuddering means shaking or trembling body in both his arms as if to hold himself together. He limped towards the low church wall. Limp, underline the word limped. As I told you earlier, limp means when somebody is having injury or some pain in his leg and it is difficult for him to move. So he limped towards the low church wall. He got over it slowly like a man whose legs were numbed and stiff. Who got over it slowly? Like a man whose legs were numbed, unable to feel something and stiff. and then turned round to look for me. When I saw him turning, I was frightened again and ran home without stopping. This is all about the lesson. I hope you have understood the conversation. This is not the whole story. As I told you in the beginning of the story, this is just a small extract of that novel. We have read very limited conversation between the convict and Pip, but there is much more in the story. Do you think, this is the question for you, do you think that Pip would really have brought the file and food for him? Do you think so? Let me answer your feelings and your opinion about it. What I think, what I understood from the story, that Pip was a very young, timid, and a sympathetic character. He would definitely have brought file and food for the prisoner. But so far in the story, what we have read a sympathetic character, a timid character of Pip, and a bully character and authoritative character of convict. Right? This is all about your lesson. Hope you have understood the lesson. Please mark the difficult words which I have underlined in the story, and we will inshallah read more about the difficult words in our next video. Till then, stay blessed. Goodbye.